guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Chef Rambo. Today guys, we're gonna be making some delicious smothered pork chops. I'm gonna go ahead and fry up these boneless pork chops and make a homemade delicious gravy with peppers and onions. You're gonna need one of the Lipton onion soup mixes, onions, green peppers, orange peppers. You're going to need flour. You're going to need parsley, paprika, black pepper, salt, seasoning salt, red hot seasoning, dash seasoning, and some crushed red pepper. So it's it, y'all. Let's go ahead and get started. That's all you guys are gonna need. This is an easy, simple, delicious recipe. So the first thing you wanna do is go ahead and clean your pork chops. All right, now we're gonna add 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of paprika, 1 teaspoon of crushed red pepper, 1 tablespoon of dashed garlic and herb seasoning, 1 tablespoon of red hot seasoning, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, 1 tablespoon of salt, and a half a tablespoon of Badia complete seasoning. Now, if you guys think that's too much, you can always opt out to remove any of the seasonings, but this is what I like to put in mine, okay, y'all? You want to go ahead and get you a whisk and take your time and mix all of these delicious ingredients up well. This is going to be so fire, you guys, okay? So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna go ahead and drop our pork chops into our delicious seasoned flour. And I wanna let you guys know, if you guys want to add salt, pepper, or more seasonings directly to your pork chops, you can do that. I did not do it because there's really no need to. I don't wanna add too much seasoning if I don't have to. So I just went ahead and made my flour, and then I dipped my pork chops in that, and that's all I needed, okay? Now, because I'm using a pretty decent sized skillet, I'm going to add 4 pork chops per skillet. If you guys are using bigger pork chops, you're probably only going to be able to fit about 2, okay? But I'm using the boneless pork chops. After 6 minutes, we are going to go ahead and flip over our pork chops. Baby, they are nice and golden brown and looking wonderful, honey, looking gorgeous, looking amazing, okay? This is a perfect soul food meal. If you're looking for something to make on Soul Food Sundays, honey, I'm gonna go ahead and have mine with some corn and some homemade mashed potatoes. But yeah, so this is how they look after 6 minutes again, and we are gonna flip them over. So the cooking time for this is probably about 18 minutes. If you guys wanted, you can take these out. Most people would, remove their pork chops, honey, but I like mine just a little bit more crispier. So I left mine on for another 2 minutes on each side, and now we can go ahead and remove them. And look how beautiful they look. They are so seasoned. They're nice and crunchy, and oh my gosh, it is just gonna be so fire. I love making smothered pork chops, but you gotta fry them before you smother them. So I went ahead and fried up the rest of my remaining pork chops, and voila, that is it. Let's work on the gravy. We're going to add orange peppers. We're going to add green peppers. We're going to add some white onion, and we are going to stir this up. And you guys, I pretty much removed all of the oil that was in this skillet. Some people like to remove the oil and make their vegetables, but honey, I'm gonna just keep everything in the same skillet, okay? So after about 10 minutes of frying, not really frying, after 10 minutes of sauteing our vegetables, it is gonna be time to start making our roux, you guys. So I'm gonna be using 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, okay? So we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. What we want is for that flour to start to cook down and start to stick to our vegetables and our onions. So that way, when we add in the water, it is going to be the most delicious, beautiful-ish sauce in the whole world. Even though that's not a word, it's a word today, okay? So as you guys can see, the flour done cooked down. Now we can go ahead and add our 2 cups of water. You can use, and our Lipton onion soup mix. You guys could also use like chicken stock or beef stock if you want, but for me, because I use the Lipton onion soup mix, I didn't need it. Here is some kitchen bouquet. You're gonna use a teaspoon of kitchen bouquet browning sauce just to give that sauce a nice color and to kind of thicken up everything. Even though the roux is gonna start to thicken up the sauce, I like using the kitchen bouquet just to give it a little bit more color, okay? Now we are gonna let this sauce cook for about 2 to 3 minutes first before we decide to add in our pork chops. You guys can make this however you want. You do not have to do the steps that I'm doing. If you guys wanted to, bake this in the oven, you could still bake this in the oven. You could even do this in a crock pot, okay? So after I added in all of my pork chops, you guys, I'm going to let them cook for 5 minutes and then I'm going to flip. And some of the little skin came off. That's perfectly fine, no big deal. And after another 5 minutes, this is how our delicious smothered pork chops look. Look at those onions, those green peppers, those orange peppers. Look at that delicious sauce. It's got a delicious, beautiful brown color to it. OMG, I cannot wait to eat. Do you understand me? OMG, smothered fried pork chops. Smothered pork chops, fried pork chops with gravy, whatever you want to call it, baby. And I told y'all I made some mashed potatoes and some corn. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys like this video, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and subscribe. Toodles.